Envision waking up each day with a clear sense of purpose, unaffected by setbacks, undeterred by the chaos around you, and unwaveringly focused on what truly matters. It may seem almost superhuman, but this was the daily reality for Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. His personal notes, which have survived for millennia, offer relevant advice on how to harness the power of self-discipline in today's noisy world. Today, we will delve deep into Stoicism, exploring its principles as practical tools for living a disciplined and fulfilled life. Stoicism teaches us to transform adversity into advantage, emotional turmoil into tranquility, and life's unpredictability into a source of strength. Whether you are grappling with daily stresses, seeking inner peace, or aiming to enhance your productivity, understanding this Stoic way of life provides profound insights. In a world filled with endless distractions and instant gratifications, Stoic philosophy grounds us in the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. It is about more than just enduring life. It is about thriving in it, regardless of what comes your way. If you are prepared to change how you perceive and handle life as challenges, stay tuned as we unpack the life-altering teachings of Marcus Aurelius and how they can be applied to cultivate a disciplined life today as we embark on this journey through Stoic philosophy and the profound teachings of Marcus Aurelius. If you appreciate our work, a simple favor I ask of you is to hit the subscribe button. Also, do not skip any part of the video, because if you are here, you are different from the majority, so consider yourself an exception and stay tuned for the unique insights we will explore together. 1. The foundation of self-discipline lies in uncovering your purpose. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of aligning your actions with your core values and understanding your role in the grand scheme of things. He believed that finding your purpose serves as a practical guide for making decisions and staying committed to your duties with integrity. In today's world, where distractions abound, Stoic wisdom is crucial in helping us stay true to our paths. Stoicism instructs us to uncover the fundamental elements essential for our well-being and personal growth by peeling away the layers of superficial desires and fleeting emotions. It prompts us to evaluate what is truly worth our time and energy, and how our actions can contribute to the greater good and our own development. As we consider how to implement this principle in our lives, we should reflect on our natural inclinations, sources of deep satisfaction, and the challenges that motivate us. These are indicators of our purpose, and once identified, the Stoic practice of daily reflection becomes invaluable. By consistently aligning our actions with our purpose, refusing what does not serve us, and embracing what does, we cultivate the self-discipline needed to lead a meaningful and impactful life. Let us internalize this wisdom from Marcus Aurelius and apply it daily. Each morning, ask yourself, what am I meant to do today? And each evening, reflect on whether you have lived true to your purpose. Over time, this practice will not only build self-discipline, but also transform your life into a more purposeful and fulfilling journey. 2. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of self-reliance and personal accountability in his reflections. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to count on ourselves when facing life as challenges. This principle encourages us to trust in our abilities and to build confidence through competence and a thorough understanding of our own capacities and virtues. This independence can be empowering yet overwhelming in the modern interconnected world, where advice and opinions are readily available. Learning to heed our inner voice may pose difficulties. Nevertheless, Stoicism instructs us to sift through the noise and rely on our rational judgments. Aurelius maintained that this internal guidance was the most trustworthy advice one could receive, as it is based on reason and virtue. By depending on ourselves, we cultivate independence in our decision-making, allowing us to make choices that reflect our values and beliefs rather than succumbing to external influences or fleeting emotions. This independence is essential for upholding personal integrity and leading an authentic life. So, how can we truly learn to rely on ourselves? It starts with small steps, making commitments, honoring them, setting personal objectives, working towards them autonomously, and taking time to evaluate our decisions and their alignment with our fundamental principles. Through consistent practice, these habits enhance our self-control, making us more resilient and grounded when faced with life's trials. 3. Be present daily. Marcus Aurelius consistently stressed the importance of persistence in being present not only physically but also mentally each day. This habit is not about grand gestures made sporadically, but about the quiet, unwavering commitment to daily responsibilities that collectively shape a disciplined life. For Aurelius, showing up daily was synonymous with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature. He believed that nature required us not only to exist but to actively engage in life, contributing to the world through our actions. Regardless of how small or routine these actions may seem, each day presented an opportunity to demonstrate dedication to our principles and duties rather than engaging in grand battles. In today's world, where distractions are abundant and motivations can be fleeting, the concept of being present daily holds even greater importance. It is easy to feel motivated one day and completely off track the next. Stoicism teaches us the value of consistency. It is not the intensity but the regularity of our actions that fosters true discipline. This does not mean that every day must be incredibly productive. Rather, it is about not letting a day go by unnoticed or wasted. Whether it involves advancing in our careers, improving our health, or strengthening our relationships, progress in any area necessitates the simple yet often underestimated commitment to be present daily. Furthermore, being present daily is closely linked to the Stoic practice of mindfulness, focusing on the present moment and carrying out today's tasks to the best of our abilities. Marcus Aurelius extensively wrote about concentrating on the present and performing the current task with utmost dedication. The key is to transform the ordinary into something meaningful by establishing a routine that becomes a ritual and turning effort into a path of improvement. To develop this discipline, it is essential to start with small steps and determine what consistency means to you. This could involve writing a single paragraph of a book you've been planning, engaging in a brief 5-minute workout, or dedicating 10 uninterrupted minutes to a loved one. It is not the magnitude of the task that changes us, but the simple act of showing up every day to honor our commitments, strengthen our resolve, and cultivate the resilience that characterizes Stoic philosophy. Through this daily practice, you embody the Stoic principle of taking personal responsibility and striving for continuous self-betterment. You become a living example of the belief that although we cannot always control the outcomes, we can always control our efforts by consistently showing up and embracing the discipline needed to lead a purposeful and satisfying life. Number 4. The fourth principle is to embrace voluntary hardship. This practice, endorsed by Marcus Aurelius, goes beyond simply making life difficult on purpose. It is about preparing for life's uncertainties, building resilience, and cultivating gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, like other Stoics, believed that choosing discomfort helps to strengthen the mind for when life inevitably brings challenges. This could involve giving up luxuries, enduring physical trials, or practicing self-discipline in daily decisions. The idea is simple. If you are used to hardship, unexpected difficulties won't throw you off balance. By training your resilience, you can face life's trials with a calm and composed mind. But why embrace discomfort in a world that seeks to provide comfort? The answer lies in Stoic philosophy. Growth often occurs outside of our comfort zones. By willingly entering uncomfortable spaces, we not only test our limits but also expand them. This activity is not about punishing oneself, but rather about changing our perspective from considering comfort as a necessity to regarding it as a luxury that we can live without if we so choose. By engaging in voluntary hardship, we also develop a sense of gratitude. It is easy to take everyday comforts for granted, but when we occasionally go without them, we learn to appreciate them more deeply. This could be as simple as skipping a meal, which can heighten our appreciation for the food we do have, or choosing to walk instead of drive, which might deepen our gratitude for mobility and health. Furthermore, voluntary hardship connects us to the reality that many people live with involuntarily every day. This connection can foster empathy, humility, and a deeper understanding of the human condition, grounding us more firmly in the reality of the world we share with others. So, how can we incorporate this practice into our lives? Start small. Choose something manageable. Perhaps wake up an hour earlier than usual, limit your use of technology for a day, or choose the stairs over the elevator. The key isn't in the scale of the hardship, but in the regularity and intention behind it. Each act of voluntary discomfort is a step towards greater mental fortitude and self-discipline. Number 5. Practice the dichotomy of control music. This principle involves distinguishing between what is and isn't within our control, encouraging us to concentrate our efforts solely on the former. This seemingly straightforward concept has the potential to significantly alter our approach to life's obstacles, reducing stress and nurturing a deeper sense of calm and resilience. So, what falls within our control? According to Stoicism, it primarily includes our own actions, reactions, and judgments, our thoughts, will, and responses. These are the areas where we have influence. Everything external, such as the actions of others or global events, lies beyond our direct control. Marcus Aurelius consistently stressed this in his Meditations, highlighting that becoming upset or disturbed by things beyond our control is not only futile but also detrimental to our well-being. Embracing the dichotomy of control begins with recognizing that while we can impact external events, we cannot fully control them. The Stoic individual learns to acknowledge this truth not passively, but as a liberating reality. By focusing on our own actions and releasing our attachment to outcomes, we can preserve our peace and effectiveness regardless of circumstances. This does not mean becoming indifferent or disconnected from the world. Instead, it involves engaging with it more purposefully, directing our efforts where they can truly make a difference in everyday life. Applying the dichotomy of control entails asking ourselves if a situation is within our control before reacting. If it is not, the Stoic practice is to let it go and move forward. It is important to acknowledge that putting these words into action is not as simple as it may seem. It involves consistent mindfulness and occasional self-reminders about the boundaries of our control. This approach also impacts how we set goals and manage expectations, as we should not tie our happiness or self-worth to external outcomes. Stoicism encourages finding fulfillment in the journey itself, in staying true to our values, and in the effort we invest. While Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius did not promise a life free of challenges, they provided a method for maintaining inner peace and dignity regardless of circumstances. By embodying this philosophy, we not only improve our own lives but also influence those around us by demonstrating composure and resilience in the face of life's uncertainties. Number 6. Refrain from adopting a victim mentality. This principle requires a deep understanding of personal accountability and a resolute dedication to self-control rather than surrendering to feelings of victimhood. Stoicism teaches us to take charge of our perceptions and responses. This empowerment lies at the core of the Stoic belief that our inner state plays a greater role in determining our happiness and peace of mind than external circumstances. The key is not to ignore life as challenges or injustices, but to shift our focus from what happens to us to how we choose to react. Aurelius emphasized that every external event presents us with a choice. How will we respond? By rejecting the victim role, we refuse to let external situations dictate our emotional well-being. This realization is freeing and paves the way for personal growth and resilience. It begins with examining our automatic reactions to difficult circumstances. Do we immediately seek external blame or spend our energy complaining rather than taking action? Changing these patterns involves understanding our emotions deeply and channeling our efforts constructively. It means acknowledging our struggles while recognizing our ability to move forward despite them. Furthermore, Stoic philosophy encourages us to view obstacles as opportunities to practice virtue and enhance our character. This proactive and empowering perspective turns moments of helplessness into instances of choice where we can assert our control. Each challenge becomes a chance to demonstrate our commitment to our values and showcase the qualities of fortitude, perseverance, and resilience that embody the Stoic ideal. Refusing to adopt a victim mentality allows us to embody the Stoic concept of emotional autonomy, cultivating a sense of inner peace and stability that enables us to interact with the world in a more profound and unrestrained manner. This does not entail suppressing emotions or apathy, but rather attaining a mindset where our well-being remains unaffected by the unpredictable nature of life. By doing so, we are able to live in accordance with our core values, irrespective of the challenges that come our way. Number 7. Marcus Aurelius advocated for the practice of delaying gratification not only as a personal discipline but also as a means to achieve greater freedom and satisfaction according to Stoic philosophy. By mastering our impulses and postponing immediate desires, we are not simply denying ourselves pleasure, but rather striving for a deeper sense of fulfillment that aligns with our values and long-term objectives. This Stoic approach to delayed gratification involves intentionally delaying instant gratification in order to attain more significant and lasting rewards. It entails making decisions that may not bring immediate satisfaction, but ultimately led to sustained well-being and personal growth. In today's society, where instant gratification is the norm, the ability to wait for something better is a valuable skill. For Stoics like Aurelius, practicing delayed gratification was also about maintaining control over our desires. He believed that being enslaved to fleeting pleasures could result in a loss of freedom, as one becomes a slave to their impulses. By exercising self-restraint and making decisions based on reason and foresight, we can cultivate a life characterized by lasting tranquility and contentment, rather than temporary pleasures. Implementing delayed gratification in our daily lives can begin with simple habits, such as saving money instead of spending it impulsively, choosing nutritious meals over fast food, or dedicating time to learning or honing a skill rather than engaging in immediate leisure activities. Each of these choices reinforces the Stoic principle of prioritizing long-term benefits over short-term comfort or pleasure. Moreover, extensive psychological research supports the Stoic perspective, linking delayed gratification to improved outcomes in various areas such as career, education, health, and relationships. Individuals who can delay immediate gratification often exhibit better stress management, goal achievement, and overall well-being. Number 8. This principle of ignoring naysayers is more than just disregarding negative feedback. It involves developing a mental resilience that enables you to stay firm in your beliefs and focused on your objectives even when faced with doubt and skepticism from others. Stoics believe that seeking approval or avoiding disapproval from others is beyond our control and should not be relied upon for validation or guidance. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of concentrating only on actions and opinions within our control, highlighting that true peace comes from within and is not affected by external judgments. Stoic indifference does not mean disregarding others but rather maintaining an internal locus of control. It prompts us to filter out distractions that do not serve our higher purposes or align with our values. In today's world, where opinions are abundant and criticism is easily accessible, ignoring naysayers is essential. While constructive feedback can aid in personal growth, unwarranted criticism should not derail us from our path. Stoicism teaches us to assess the source and intention behind the criticism we receive. Is it well-informed, well-intentioned, and in line with our fundamental values? By practicing this principle, we develop a strong personal philosophy capable of withstanding external pressures. It involves having confidence in our decisions and actions, not out of conceit but from a profound understanding of our values and goals. This is the daily practice of Marcus Aurelius, not only as a leader but as an individual striving for virtue in a complicated world. The capacity to disregard critics further strengthens our emotional fortitude, reducing our sensitivity to unfavorable judgments and directing our attention towards our future goals. In a society that frequently highlights the importance of seeking approval from others, the ability to break free from this pattern and remain authentic is a valuable and uncommon trait. By adopting the Stoic principle of ignoring detractors, we are safeguarding our mental well-being and consciously deciding where to channel our emotional resources. It involves maintaining focus on our internal thoughts rather than allowing external criticisms to derail us from the path that truly defines our existence. Number 9. The ninth point to consider is to seek out wise individuals to model. This idea is based on the belief that a significant portion of our growth and personal progress stems from observing and contemplating the lives of those who have perfected virtues we aim to cultivate. Emulating wise people does not mean copying them, but rather learning from their example to improve our own character and judgment. Marcus Aurelius, despite his status as an emperor, frequently expressed his admiration for the qualities of both historical and contemporary figures. He viewed emulating these individuals as a means to internalize their strengths and virtues for himself and other Stoics. Wisdom was not merely theoretical knowledge, but a practical guide to living well, best understood through the actions of those who have effectively applied these principles within the context of Stoicism. Selecting whom to model after involves identifying those who embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These individuals could be from history, the present day, or even fictional characters who exhibit traits like resilience, ethical integrity, and rational thinking. The key is to seek out individuals whose lives offer a blueprint for confronting challenges with grace and determination. Applying this principle today requires a deliberate selection of role models whose values resonate with our goals. It goes beyond mere admiration. It involves closely observing how these individuals navigate challenges, make choices, and overcome obstacles. This habit prompts us to reflect on how we can integrate aspects of their approach or mindset into our own lives to enhance our behavior and decisions. Additionally, Emulating wise figures helps bridge the divide between theoretical philosophical concepts and practical actions, offering a tangible demonstration of how Stoic principles can be put into practice. This not only makes these ideals more relatable but also more impactful as we witness the real-life effects of Stoic virtues in the lives of those we admire. By seeking out and emulating wise individuals, we engage in a dynamic form of self-improvement and learning. It represents a proactive stance towards personal growth that reinforces our dedication to excellence and development. By surrounding ourselves with the influence of virtuous role models, we establish a high standard for our conduct and choices, propelling ourselves towards embodying the wisdom we aspire to emulate. Number 10. Reflect on your day with sincerity. This exercise goes beyond simply recalling events. It involves a deep and thoughtful analysis of your thoughts, actions, and reactions throughout the day. It is about evaluating whether these behaviors are in line with your values and Stoic principles, such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This self-reflective process is important as it acts as a feedback mechanism that helps you become more aware of your choices and behaviors. The aim of this daily review is not to fixate on errors or engage in self-criticism, but to observe and adapt. It is about gaining insights from each day's experiences and using that knowledge to continuously improve yourself. Marcus Aurelius utilized this method to ensure that he was not only fulfilling his duties as an emperor but also evolving as a philosopher and individual. Embracing this practice in contemporary life can be highly advantageous. It prompts us to conclude each day with a moment of introspection. Throughout this period, you have the opportunity to ponder a series of fundamental inquiries. How did I tackle challenges today? Did I adhere to my principles? What could I have handled better? Were there instances where I lost composure, and why? Reflecting on these queries aids in enhancing self-awareness and steers you towards leading a more purposeful and deliberate existence. Furthermore, this practice can cultivate a sense of tranquility and fulfillment at the close of each day. It enables you to address any lingering thoughts or stresses by directly confronting them, rather than carrying them over to the next day. This can be particularly impactful in our fast-paced world, where it is easy to lose sight of our deeper aspirations amidst daily distractions and pressures. By honestly evaluating your day, you partake in a form of self-responsibility that is both gentle and rigorous. It involves recognizing your strengths and acknowledging areas for growth without passing judgment. This Stoic routine fosters resilience and wisdom, as it instructs you to be both the pupil and instructor in your life's voyage, continuously learning from your own encounters and striving to embody the virtues that define Stoicism. Over time, this practice has the potential to not only alter your perspective on your days but also influence how you lead your life, aligning more closely each day with the values you hold dear. We appreciate your presence on this exploration into the essence of Stoicism and the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Remember, each day is a fresh opportunity to master yourself and embrace the virtues that characterize a well-lived life. If you are eager to delve deeper, feel free to explore one of the recommended videos on your screen. Your participation enriches our Stoic Journal community, and for that, we are thankful. Until next time, continue to live intentionally and wisely.